Yo, what's up, y'all? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Come holler at me. Come holler at your boy. Streets of Columbus, quiet. They quiet. Once when we got that lead, when we went up 4, oh, they got real nervous. We went up 4, and then they had a quick 3 and out, or they had to punt. Oh, it was quick. It was quick. Yeah, it was quick. That was just amazing. That was amazing to watch and see the confidence that the team had. And if you watch my video, it's I think I just posted it. You could see the momentum flip and the doubt on Ohio State's players, the crowd, Ryan Day. You could see that doubt. Like, here we go. Oh boy. Because most of Ohio State's players, they haven't beaten Michigan. They don't know how it feels. They don't have that resilience. Like, oh, we're gonna, oh, they got up before. We gonna be back up in a second. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go out here and execute real quick. They couldn't do it. They could not do it. And also, shout out to Michigan. That second half, the tables just flipped. I'm talking about just flipped. They were getting good yardage in the run game, and it went to nothing. It went to nothing. You get nothing. I tried to tell them that's what we needed. One of those you get nothings. You get nothing second half. Right on time. Woo-hoo! It was right on time, y'all, wasn't it? It was right on time. And it was just, it got even more beautiful to see that they wanted to, when they wanted to pass it and get those big plays, because, you know, they get antsy when they ain't got no big plays. Interception. They thought they was going to get a score, make them down 7 or 8, and boom, you get nothing. Threw a pick to Taylor Upshaw, trying to make something happen. Boy, that ain't your game. Trying to throw it while you falling. That ain't your game. That's something. Now that's JJ. That's something JJ had to do. But that wasn't his game. Then he throws another pick. Woo-wee. Not only do we stop them from getting to the Big Ten championship, almost kill their playoffs hopes. CJ Stroud, kiss that Heisman goodbye. Told you he wasn't great. Man, ain't been great since the first few games, if you can say that. That man ain't been great. Try to tell him. Man ain't been just killing people because you don't have all those NFL receivers. You had 3 NFL receivers last year. Now you got one right now that's a big time first round NFL player. And did y'all see him in the second half? I think he went home. He said, I did enough in the first half, even though, was Cornelius Johnson the best receiver out there today? Let me stop. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's up?
My guy, man.
Woo, man. What up? Yes, I feel so good right now watching that vindication of all the trash talking I've been doing all week. I knew my boys was going to come and back me up. So I'm good on that. But let me ask you something, Johnny. How was the weather in Ohio today?
Oh, it was beautiful.
Beautiful, clear skies, right?
Clear skies. Ain't no excuse this time.
No, okay, yeah. I didn't think I saw any rain and no snow. Even though it rains and snows in Ohio, so evidently they're affected by it, like they gremlins or something. But it feels good. You ain't have no excuses. You had all you got. Well, you ain't have Travion Henderson, but I was hearing from what I heard, Dallas Hayden was the next Ezekiel Elliott. What he do today?
They ain't even barely played him. I would have played him, but the other dude, he was running it well first half.
Yeah, in the first half, but second half, what did he get? Nothing.
You get nothing.
Mm-hmm. And I think my man JJ McCarthy, he owed me a check actually. He owed me some fees because I've been his lead defense attorney all year long, telling dudes, look, if he sets his feet, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. You just gotta get him in rhythm, roll him out. He's better on the run when he's making those sideline throws. He's great. I've been debating our fans more than I've been debating Ohio State fans about JJ McCarthy. So it feels good when he goes out there and he does his thing. They needed him to. They needed him to win the game. He pretty much didn't do too much in the second half, but he kept us afloat.
Yep.
So
That's all he needed to do.
That's all he needed to do. Get them out of the box. And they were just so disrespectful. They didn't put nobody deep. It was zero coverage. I would think they would do like us and have like a single high safety. Nah, they would just like forget that. we don't believe you can throw it all. So JJ, he got in his mind and he remembered, you know what? You guys disrespected me on my recruiting trail. Y'all ain't want me. I forgot about that. So I'm about to tell y'all butts up. And that's exactly what he did. So proud of my boys. I'm so proud of JJ.
And they probably could have kept going to the deep passes if they really wanted to.
If they really wanted to, I think so too. Because Jim knows he was kind of like, I don't want to deviate from my game plan. This is what we've seen all year. He trusted his eyes, and at that point, he was kind of in a rock and a hard place. So, really, our defense, we didn't really get too much pressure until like the last few minutes of the game, last few drives of the game. But the only mistake that we made that I saw Jesse Minter make was that safety blitz from like 20 yards out.
What Marvin Harrison scored. That's how Notre Dame messed up.
Exactly. That's exactly how Notre Dame got caught. They were playing well the entire game, and then they decided to do something like that. That never works. I don't know why coaches still do that. Don't bring your safeties. And if you are going to bring a safety, don't bring it on the side that Marvin Harrison is on. So that was really their only mistake. But besides that, man, they played as well as I could hope. Keep them in front of you. Don't let nobody get you deep. Tackle. There was a few missed tackles, but there was always a guy to clean up. So that was good to see. And then the halfback pass.
That came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that.
I was like, who is this team right now? Who's calling these plays? Because I swear didn't expect us to do that. I was like, we're going to do the same thing over and over. We're not going to bring in.
On that play, I thought there was just a regular run or a flea flicker. I thought he was going to throw it back, and he jumped, and it just got there. Don't make it perfect, just get it there.
Yeah, Colton, and Colton came. No, that wasn't Colton. That was Shoemaker who caught that. He came back for it. It was a little underthrown, but hey, as long as you convert, that's really all that matters. So I was very happy to see something like that come out because. They pulled the rabbit out of the hat this game. So that was very nice to see. It was very nice to see JJ get off, and Cornelius Johnson pretty much was like, Ronnie Bravo, you've been talking your mess. I'm going to show you something. That's exactly what he did, because I've been on his neck all year long. I've been on his neck. And he decided, hey, I'm going to be a legend today, and that's exactly what he did.
Yes, sir.
And then my last thing will say, Donovan Edwards gutted it out and had 200 yards in the second half alone. My guy.
That was amazing. What he did, and then not only to break the long run, but to get them to miss those tackles late. Because if you get a 40-yard gain and get tackled, you might have to settle for field goal. But he high step, got from the last defender. See ya.
back-breaking plays that just broke their back. Plays
Oh.
that we've been having to endure with the Ezekiel Elliott's and the Beanie Wells of the world. You know, they break our backs. How does it feel, Ohio? How does it feel, Ohio?
They don't even know. They're gonna be calling for Ryan Day head shortly.
Oh, I just watched the post game with the Big Noon crew. They said they were calling for Urban Meyer. The whole crowd calling for Urban Meyer. He's sitting on the stand.
I know they
Urban Meyer. Yeah, they were calling. They're calling for him. So, hey, it don't matter. But go Blue. So glad to see that I get the trash talk for another year, and we're gonna keep this going too. Their debt has not been paid. We got 10 more coming. No, we got 20 more coming. I'm gonna keep seeing us run into the ground, hopefully. But you know, this is not how rivalries go. So you know, thank you for letting me on. Just wanted to get that off. Go Blue.
Yes, sir. Go Blue. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, Willie Mears. What's up,
What's
bro?
up, Johnny? How's it going?
It's going great.
Hell yeah, man. Dude, so with our offense and stuff, they stack the box. You can hear I lost my voice already. They stack the box, right? And just, they're committed to stopping our run. They stopped our run, so then we had to pass, right? But then so then they stopped stacking the box, and then that's when Donovan Edwards, broke off. So they couldn't stop us. We were just
they stopped one thing and then we hit them with the other.
Yeah, exactly. And the defense, I mean, Mike Chambers still played lights out, dude. He's a dog.
Early in the game, I was like, man, do they need to move Jamon or somebody to the slot? Right. But he stayed with it and he got better as the game went on.
Yeah, exactly. And us Michigan fans, we got to be big USC and TCU fans today, so that Ohio State's kicked out of the playoff race.
Oh yeah. I was thinking if we lose, we got to root for them to lose too. But now they can go and win it out. I don't care.
Yep. And honestly, if we play like this with a healthy Blake Corum, we can beat Georgia and win that championship all day.
Oh yeah, we play like this, and that defense steps up like they've been doing all year. We got a chance against anybody because nobody's just complete or has a unbelievable defense like Georgia did last year. Like everything is. Those goals are getting a little bit closer. Like you might be able to reach them this year.
Right. Another thing I was thinking about. So I was watching. So I've been watching all your videos and stuff, right? And your post-game reaction to when we had the bye week when Iowa played Ohio State, and you're talking about how C.J. Stroud didn't look too good under pressure, and like later on in the game, that's when he stacked up the numbers or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were right, dude. Like under pressure, he did not do good.
When that pressure gets on him, he's not shredding teams like it seems like he is. Like if you look at his stats, they're usually all right. And then they go up 14 or something, and it's late in the fourth or something. Then he'll get another drive. So it looks like he's got 350 and 3 TDs. But when that game is under pressure, he makes a lot of mistakes and he doesn't have that dog in him. Like, all right, nothing's here. I'm going to go get 10 yards because it's just like today. We didn't have a good pass rush. He probably could have had 70 yards rushing if he decided to. But he wouldn't run. He just sit back there, stay right there. Even when he rolled out, he could get yards. He just throw it away or try something.
Yeah, exactly. And he got exposed today. But if I'm Ryan Day, why wouldn't I let C.J. Stroud run more? Like, our weakness is always running quarterbacks.
He doesn't want to. C.J. doesn't want to. That's not – he doesn't think about that first.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you see Mike Chambers still plant our flag in the middle of the field after the game?
Yeah, I saw that. That's get it in because they.
Yep.
I know they heard all the trash talk just like we hear it that we haven't won in the shoe in 20 years and all this stuff like that means something. It doesn't mean anything to these players because most of them haven't even played in the shoe or even lost to Ohio State.
Right, exactly.
There's only a few dudes, and Sanders still is one of them that has actually played in the shoe and lost.
Right.
Most of those players haven't even played there or lost to.
Yeah, exactly. So I just want to say those things. So
yes, sir. I appreciate you, bro. Go Blue.
I'll see ya.
Yes, sir. So that's the thing about yeah. The commentators they ride him like he's something that he's really not. Like he's got great accuracy and things like this, but I don't know. It's just something about him. He doesn't have that dog, that general. He kind of looks like an all shucks. He's got that Eli Manning kind of look about him. You know what I'm saying? He's got that Eli all shucks kind of look, or like he's not really a rah-rah, like, all right. He doesn't have a serious look. He doesn't have a rah-rah look. Like, JJ's got that kind of smile, confidence, rah-rah kind of look to him. CJ Stroud just got like a kind of a dead face type of look to him, and it shows in his play sometimes, because he could have killed us if he just decided to run, because the pressure wasn't getting there. He was just standing back there like, I'm gonna wait, and there just wasn't anything. So he tries a lower percentage throw, and they would catch it sometimes they wouldn't. Let's see what we got in here. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
Nothing much.
I'm good. Obviously I'm neutral in this whole thing, but I always like when Michigan and Ohio State battled out. It's always a great rivalry. So that was a crazy game, man. I'm kind of happy for Michigan because they've lost a lot, in this rivalry, but they found a way to do it back to back. So it was good to see JJ McCarthy kind of get his rhythm in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Even find a run game in the second half. Without Blake Corum, I thought that was big. So I gotta give my props to Michigan. They y'all found a way to get it done, and hey, salute. They had a good game plan and played good defense throughout most of the game too. Ohio State did hit them out early. They found a way to respond, and so it was just a good game all around by Michigan. I was thoroughly impressed. Straight up.
Yeah, that was definitely impressive, because everybody thought they can't hold them to low 20s. They can't do that. You know what I'm saying? How are they going to keep it close? And the fact that they scored 40, 45 on them?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 45.
That's big.
Straight up. So, I just wanted to, chime in and get it, because, like, man, that was, especially when Donovan Edwards ran that 85-yarder, that pretty much put the game away. That was crazy. That's crazy, especially the way they got their run game going too. Taking advantage of Ohio State's aggressive man defense to get those plays going, which is ironic because Michigan historically with the other coordinator, won't say his name.
I say it.
So it was good for them to because Michigan, I feel like they needed to throw, but I feel like they needed to do what they do best, which is run the football and be physical. If they had a chance to, like, play their brand of football, they had a chance to win, and they found a way to do that. And so and definitely JJ stepped up big too.
Yeah, he did. Definitely.
So that's all I wanted to say, man. Appreciate you having me on, and hopefully we can figure it out. With Matt Rule, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's all you can do. On my videos, a lot of time I say, hopefully we can do this, or I hope, because that's all we can do as fans. Hope.
Yeah. Hopefully we get to learn a thing or two from y'all and run the football for a change. It seems to work. It seems to still work. So.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, bro.
All right, appreciate it. Yeah.
All right. What's up, Greg?
What's up, Johnny? Dude, what a game, man. We didn't have a running back at all until the second half with a broken hand, and we still put a whooping on him. How can you possibly have anything better? They're completely owned. Like they don't play relaxed. They play tight. And they had me worried early because they were doing what Illinois did. They loaded the box, and then JJ came through. Homeboy dropped a couple of dimes. They had to pull those backers out, and then Edwards went wild, man. You couldn't ask for a better script. Couldn't ask for a better script. I'm so happy. I don't even know what to say, bro.
It's almost like you don't know what to do. It's like you want to just go in the street and just get some beers and just do something crazy.
I got my glass of scotch right here, dude.
Yes, sir.
And, all the pundits talking shit all week long. We get one vote of confidence from Charles Woodson pregame, and then we just go out and run them to the house. So, bro, I think now that and I'm arguing people online, they think that they're going to get into the playoff. They're not getting into the playoff because they got smacked around. And
yeah,
I think I'm sorry?
I said, yeah, they needed a close game.
Yes, correct. I think the Pac-10 winner goes in, or the Pac-12, and goes in, and TCU if they win, and Ohio State's playing at the Rose Bowl for the consolation prize.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully by the time I hope Blake gets healed, because now we have a passing game and a running game. So if Blake gets healed before next week, and it's Purdue, but you can't really take anybody lightly. I think we have a really good shot at the whole deal.
Yes, sir. Everything, those goals they set, they just what did they say? They wanted to beat the states. So that's done.
Yep. All done, bro.
Win the Big
Ten. I think Georgia is not the team they were last year. They don't have Jordan. What's his name? Jordan Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was an animal. They don't have him. So they're definitely a different team. So we'll see, bro.
Yes, sir.
Love your channel, man. Go blue.
I appreciate it. Go blue, bro.
All right.
Yes, sir. My boy Greg. Let's see. What's up, bro? I think you muted.
My man Johnny.
What's going on? My guy.
You already know, bro. You already know, Johnny. Boy, they whooped them, boy, man. That defense softer than an R&B album, dog. We heard all year. Old State this, Old State changed. Old State gonna be tough. The revenge tour. When they start calling that, I knew it was a rap, dog. They still think Don Brown is there. Don Brown ain't there no more.
Yes,
he ain't
sir.
there no more. Man, dog,
they don't ever listen.
It was so beautiful. This is the crazy thing. Because I'm on Twitter a lot, and Old State spaces are going crazy right now. I let them out there. They were talking, well, you're gonna give you your flowers. I ain't trying to hear all that. JJ became a legend today. They gonna win next year. They not beating them in Ann Arbor. It's just not happening. But this dude right here, him and Donovan, them 2 5-stars carried this team today. And I was telling you, that's why I don't be mad at you. I just watch your videos. I'm like, dang, why don't he see it? Dog, Old State is not those. They not those guys, man. As long as like Ryan Day is Ted Cruz with a headset. He ain't tough, man. He grew a beard. That don't make you tough because you got a beard and you got coloring in it. Like he ain't that guy. Oh, I mean, it was beautiful. Michigan's O-line just wore them boys out in the third and fourth quarter. You could tell, like after the game, one of the guys said, you can feel when their will is broken, their spirit is broken. I think it was Barrett said that. It's like when they said that about you, you saw it. Old State is done. And this Michigan's conference for a while. I'm sorry. I ain't even trying to be cocky. They're going to whoop Purdue next week or Iowa. And this is the year they got to win the championship. I'm not saying that they're untouchable. I think they can win it, man. I really do. Especially I think they can win it.
Everybody's beatable this year.
TCU scares me, though. That offense, they can score. They just can't stop anybody.
Yeah,
but
everybody's beatable though. So you got a chance. You ain't going up against a all-time great defense full of NFL players this year. So
you're right. What do you think about? I'm kind of skeptical about Bama making it. I still think they got a chance to make it, and if they do, I don't know. They got a route.
Be able to make it.
TCU has to lose. Clemson lost. LSU has to lose. Bama's gonna be. Old State is done. They're out. Bama gonna jump 2 of those teams if that happens. If USC loses and if TCU loses, Bama's at like 5, and LSU, Bama's at 7. So they're gonna jump LSU, a 3-loss team. They'll jump a 2-loss USC team, and they'll probably jump TCU. The committee wants 2 SEC teams, and they don't even hide it anymore. They just don't. So I don't know. I think Michigan can beat anybody. I want Georgia though. I want my lick back. I'm sorry. Last year was just a bad. I don't know if you want Georgia. I want Georgia. I can't wait to hear your perspective in the videos. And when you do a video about the Big Ten Championship, it's Purdue, man. I know, Johnny.
I have to give the analysis, bro. You don't be wanting me to give analysis. My videos, if I went by your approach, my videos would be like a minute long. Well, Johnny, come out here, run the ball, dominate. What could happen if what they might do, you know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you the analysis on what could happen.
I mean, like you said, make a separate video for me then, because I can't. I'm gonna be sitting there. I'll be screaming at your videos like, "What is he talking about?" And I'll be arguing with people in your comments. I'm like, "Man, forget all this." But you're right. Hey, this your page. I'm gonna respect you. I appreciate what you're doing. Like I said, it be some days I be wanting to hit that answer. I'm like, nah, I want this brother to make it to this time. Oh, you ain't RJ Young. You ain't stupid like him. You actually keep it real. But what do you think about if it were to be Georgia and Michigan? What do you think?
I think it's they play similar styles, but Georgia, I think they're a little more balanced than what we are, and it's gonna be because their defense is still good. I ain't saying they not a legendary defense like last year, but their defense is still good. Yeah. So it would be can we run consistently like it always is basically, and we just showed JJ. Which, I mean, he was going against zero coverage, but can JJ do enough, you know, just to keep those guys out the box, you know, to keep them honest, which he did in this game.
Well, I mean, Wilson Oluwatimi was a great pickup.
I tried to tell him about that. And, you lost all these guys.
I didn't know who that guy was, but like I said, I'm done down that those coordinators, man. I would rather be one, like you said, but this year's team feels different. They feel like they just that loss to Georgia was the best thing that could have happened. And Illinois is way better State on defense. I'm just gonna put it out. They just better. And today was just like when Donovan got loose, I did not see that happen. I didn't, but I'm glad I ain't gonna take too much more time. I'm thankful Michigan has established dominance in that conference. Ryan Day's probably on the hot seat when they lose again next year. He's probably out, and we'll see. But you're right. This is the year Michigan can do it, and hopefully they can do it again next year if they do it this year. But it's all good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man. I appreciate you letting me up. I'm still gonna yell at your videos, but it's all good. I'm gonna watch it.
I got you, bro.
All right, man. Yeah.
Yes. See, like Ryan Day, the thing about Ryan Day, his scheme makes his team soft because he wants to pass it. That's what he truly wants to do. And just like Urban would run his quarterbacks because he knows that's what you have to do sometimes if they're taking away everything else. Why not use the quarterback that's mobile? Ryan Day just doesn't really do that. What's up, bro? You live.
Yo, what up, Johnny? Go blue. Go blue. Dog, did Don Brown go over to Ohio State? Is that what happened? Is that how we got that dub? Going zero coverage like that? All day? I mean, listen, you talk about, I mean, let's just talk about the other side for a minute. I didn't see no adjustments. Because they're selling out on the run. All right, they sold on the run. Then we got those 2 passing touchdowns, and they got punched in the mouth, and they didn't know what to do. After that, they were broken. They were expecting that game to be a rout. You could tell from the get-go. They're expecting we're gonna go out here and we're gonna rout these fools. It's gonna be a nice little day in the shoe. We got to go play Georgia and take that L. But no, like they're over here calling for Georgia and all this kind of stuff. Like, they're too soft. You were just talking about it. They're too soft. They, my boys, on the group chat, they were talking about in the first half about how they're talking about how Ohio State was running the ball so well. We couldn't stop the run, and I'm like, that doesn't matter because they don't want to run the ball to win the game. They want to run to set up the pass. They want to run to get like a little bit of yards, maybe like take some pressure off the passing game. But they're not going to run the ball to win the game. That's not in their DNA. That's not how they're made up. And you saw like the second half, they shut down the running game, and Michigan went back to our running game, and I mean it's a wrap. I mean that Ohio State team. And I said when I called them before, I said whatever happens in this game, I'll be at peace with it because Corum wasn't playing, and we said that Weiss and Moore would need to have the game plan to make the right game plan. Props to them. They came up with that game plan. They did what they needed to do to win this game. And I mean, this Ohio State team is just so soft. They're talking about, well, y'all still put us in the playoffs, right? Y'all, but please put us in the playoffs. Oh, man. You got blown out. You got blown out at home. You got blown out at home in the biggest game of the year. You get to sit at home and watch it on TV with the rest of the nation while we go to the playoffs.
This and with this current scheme, 4 teams, it hurts when you don't make the playoff because the stage is just like, oh my God, like everybody's waiting for the semifinals matches, and it's just huge. So it really hurts when you don't make it when you're close.
Yeah. But props to Jesse Mentor. I mean, listen, whatever we got to do to keep him in Ann Arbor, do it.
He deserves
that dude. Ball, get him the bag, dude. Make him assistant head coach, whatever. I mean, outside of the Illinois game where he gave up a little bit of points in the third quarter, fourth quarter, nothing. But I mean, you held Ohio State in the shoe to 3 points. That's a bonus. Give him a bonus right there, dude. Like
that dude is something serious with those second half adjustments. Like he's something serious.
I mean, and we really weren't even blitzing that much. I mean, we blitzed a little bit, but he almost schemed. Like we got 2 picks in that game, but he almost schemed like 5 picks. McGregor almost had a pick. And there were a couple. Props to Mike Sanders still.
Rod Moore too. He almost had like 2 picks.
Yo, we needed guys to play the best game in their lives, and they did, man. JJ played the best game of his life. Mike Sanders still was out there all over those receivers. That when he broke up that touchdown in the end zone, that was big. That was huge.
I forgot about that. That was big time because they had to kick that field goal after that. That was a big time play, and they got away with a holding on that play too.
Oh, they were holding it all game long. Props to the D line. The D line didn't let anything, didn't let Stroud break contain or anything like that. And Stroud's so soft. I mean, he gets a little, these like Ohio State quarterbacks, they get a little bit of pressure and then they don't know what to do. I mean, he wasn't even getting sacked like last year, but anytime he got a little bit of pressure, he was scrambling, he was freaking out. That first pick was embarrassing. Okay.
That pressure was on him, and he doesn't know what to do because he knows it's a last ditch. They're trying to get something, and so he did something out of character. Just did that. That's not even his game. That's something JJ would do or try.
Right.
That's not CJ Stroud's game. But they're not used to being in. They're used to somebody punching them in the mouth, and then they start swinging and they knock them out. But you in a dogfight where you're playing somebody with as much talent as you, and we're punching back, and they're like, "Oh boy, they not falling."
No. Nope.
We hit them with the Rocky. We hit them with the Rocky approach.
Yeah, they didn't want it. But I mean, across the board, huge win. I mean, anytime you go, I mean, what was last time? 2000 to win in the shoe. I mean, and this is, I think they said this is the first time Michigan's ever won the matchup when we're both undefeated. I mean, I know you remember that 2006 game. That game was crazy. And outside of that personal foul on that late hit, we would have won that game. But you know, this time we left it in no doubt, no doubt. And you know, it's just a great day, man. Just a great day, man. That was probably your best video earlier, the one you made earlier. The air dog. But for real, man, I'll say 8-0, and you know, on to Indy, go blue.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Go blue.
I know.
Yeah, I got in trouble with YouTube, and so they demonetized my page for one, and then so that's probably why you can't super thanks. They took it away. If you want to donate, I'm gonna put my Cash App in here, I guess. But yeah, they're not used to going back and forth. They're not used to that. What's up, bro?
Oh, what's up, Johnny? So yeah, I'll be quick. Just want to say I've been watching since 2016, so we've had a lot of bad times together, but I just really appreciate the football IQ. I feel like I've just learned so much listening to your videos over the years.
Appreciate it.
One thing I will say is TCU is going to lose to Kansas State. That's like Kansas State's my other team. I follow them very closely. TCU is going to lose to Kansas State in the Big 12 championship, and they're not going to be number 4 anymore. So maybe we'll have to deal with Ohio State again in the playoff. But that's all I'll say. But appreciate you. That's all.
I appreciate you, bro. Especially people that watched me when I was just starting out with no followers or nothing. I appreciate you, bro.
I've been there for like a long. Yeah, I don't know how many subscribers you had when I was first watching, but it was. I remember when you got to 1,000. So, I remember those horrible Don Brown years those 2 years where we got destroyed by Ohio State. I was, we watched those and just getting destroyed by Wisconsin and just all of that. So it was horrible, but I'm glad we're winning now. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah. Thanks. See ya.
It, bro. All right. Wow. What's good, bro? You live?
Hey, what's up, man? Let me just say, first and foremost, thank you for doing what you're doing, because the football knowledge is there, the IQ is there, and immediately after the game, I'm looking you up. I'm looking up Sam Webb, Devin Gardner. That's my thing, but I'm coming to you to see what you got to say. So glad we got the game. We won it. And a couple things, I'll make it short because I don't want to hold you up. The fucking bars was going crazy, man. Just having some drinks and everybody's going crazy. But a lot of what we see, and I don't know why the coaches don't see this, and you've been saying this for a while. I'm sitting up there screaming like they're in cover 1, they're in cover 0. Just quick out, let the receiver make a move. Cornelius shake and bake to the house. And even though we get on Junior Colston, that third down stop, that was big. And yeah, he arm tackle a lot and he missed a lot of tackles. And I know you said that, and I'm like, yeah. And that was my concern. Like Junior Colston, they're going to torch him. Mm-hmm. That was a big third down stop. And the center steal, the touchdown when he knocked it out. But the thing about it is like, I think we really won this game because of the Illinois. I mean, the game last week. Like you think about it, like that was a physical team. It was a mini Michigan, and we couldn't run the ball, we couldn't throw the ball, and it was identical. And I think that was the first taste that we got that we couldn't do nothing. And even though it wasn't a great game for JJ, he was able to make those 2 fourth down conversions, even though the receivers were dropping balls. So it's like, you know what? Take the leash off him. He's like a mini Brett Favre. That's how I look at him. He might throw a pick. He might make a bad play, but guess what? The upside of it is he might throw you that game-winning touchdown or break that run. Ohio State, they did come out the first half. They were physical, but I'm like, you're in cover 1, cover 0. Just throw the ball, let your receivers make a play. They did that. And Jesse Minter, man, give that man a raise because, like you say, you get nothing. Second half, you get nothing. Like, shut it down. 3 points? That's crazy with that offense. And Stroud, I don't know if he's overrated. It's just you get a little pressure on him and you're good. And I think, the DBs played great. The front line, because I'm screaming like they ain't getting no pressure, but sometimes it ain't about the pressure, it's about the back end coverage. And I think the back end coverage apparently was pretty good. The Don Brown years are over with, playing man coverage when the receivers aren't even lockdown receiver. I mean, the DBs aren't lockdown defensive backs. They're more so run stop in the last couple of years, run stopping DBs and safeties or whatever. But we got a good team, so just let JJ do his thing, take the leash off. If you lose in the playoffs, then that's cool. But let that man ball out. He can ball. He got talent. I didn't see too much read option. I think the 2 plays we actually ran might have been read option. He got the first downs. Let him do that. I want to see more screens and more of the other stuff. Let him throw the ball downfield. If you don't connect, that's fine. I'm cool with that. At least it's a threat. And you see at the end of the game, they went to 2 high safeties. They played the first half. It was like 1 safety high. And then I seen cover 0, and I'm like, just quick out, shake and bake, boom. You know what I'm saying? So next week, I will sit a lot of people out next week. You're probably going to, hopefully you play Purdue, sit some people out, let Blake rest. Donovan Edwards, man, he those 2 big runs was really big. I want to see him be more physical because he's more finesse. You know what I'm saying? I think, maybe he need to work with Blake a little bit more on the physicality because Blake always moving forward. But, man, he shot those holes he shot right through, man. And that offensive line, man, having Trevor Keegan on that right side makes a big difference.
Yes,
What I'm
sir.
saying? They open those holes up. So, I'm looking at it on just one day, just with Georgia. I think they're the best team in the country, no doubt. I'm keeping it real. Best team in the country. But just one game, one day, anything can happen. So TCU, all these other teams, I think we could beat. Georgia, I don't think we could beat, but just that, having that game, anything can happen in one game, and that's all you really ask for, man. Just one shot of it. JJ is a baller. Take the leash off. Let that man ball. Live with an interception or a fumble, whatever, but he's going to throw. I mean, he balled the fuck out. I'm like, good throws. You know what I'm saying? So you got to live with it. So Harbaugh is stubborn. He want to play 2 claws in the dust and good defense, and that does win Big Ten football, but that's not going to win you the national championship. So let this man ball out. The defense, apparently they're going to lock it down. They lock these receivers down so you can do it with Georgia. You worry about that tight end or whatever. So I ain't going to hold you up, man. Keep doing your thing, man, and I'm actually going to donate. Put your thing up there so I can donate. I know I've been here on and off, but I do want to donate because you do your thing, man, and this is the first place I stopped after the game. I was like, let me see what's up, what they're talking about. So keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate you. And go blue, man.
Yes, sir. Go blue.
Yep.
All right. Let's see who we got in here. With Edwards, we have to remember, like, backs don't come in, and I mean most backs don't come in and they're just great off top. Even Blake had to add muscle to be a bell cow this year. You know what I'm saying? So give him time. This is his second year. Next year, he should be complete and have that bell cow, that power running part to him. So it's just about getting better every year, knowing your weaknesses and getting rid of them. What's up, bro? You live? You still in here?
Hey, you hear me? My bad. Is there like an echo or anything like that?
Not really.
All right, bet. First of all, thank you for letting me up. I just got in here, so my apology if I'm like rehashing what the guys have already said. I'm just hype as fuck right now. First of all, Shout out to the defense. They kept us in that game in that first half. Jesse Minter, masterclass. Another masterclass in the second half. 3 points. They were going into this game. They were averaging, I believe, 46.5 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They were averaging that, and we put up 45 on their heads while only allowing 23. Shout out to the defense. Real quick, before I go into the game, shout out to the whole team for keeping our composure. We saw they were getting unraveled in that third quarter when they're realizing like they're not going away. Like they're punching back. They were like, I think it was that one of their tight ends that headbutting Rod Moore after the play on the sideline. They're losing their composure. They didn't have it. So real quick, JJ showed up. He finally got that D ball. It was just CJ showed up. We've all been dogging him all year, right? I going into halftime, we had 10 yards rushing. I said, because I've been on Twitter Spaces. I don't know if you ever like on here ever like that. It's like a whole other community on Twitter Spaces of which I've been at, and like going into halftime, I was saying like we have 10 yards rushing, but look to we're gonna start leaning on them more. You know, like it's a reason why we know we are the best offensive line unit in the country for a reason, right? It doesn't matter who we're going against, we're going to eventually impose our will against them, you know? And you just saw that come to fruition with Donovan Edwards back to back to back, just gashing them. I mean, you go to that first possession in the second half, we were starting to break through that defense, you know what I mean? And then obviously the floodgates open in that fourth quarter, which is amazing. Just overall terrific effort. We're just in our heads now. I mean, we're like we can pretty much say every player on this team doesn't know what it means to lose to these kids. They don't know what it means to lose to them at all. All they know is winning now, and that is very important from a culture mindset. Not just going into the game, just from a mindset going into these type of games, right? Because now they're going to have that feeling in the back of their head. We haven't beaten them yet. We're about to go to Ann Arbor this year. Last one went to Ann Arbor, you know, blah blah blah. Happy, you know what I mean? And that is so important. So shout out to the whole team. I'm so happy right now. Like this is incredible to see, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm trying to think of anything else before I get off. I mean, it's just so much. I mean, I just can't say enough about the defense. Like they held us in that first half. Like it was like, oh my gosh, like this, like, you know, they could blow this thing open anytime they want it, and like it could get dangerous. But they shut up. They could keep us in this game. They kept us in this game, getting 3 and outs, forcing threes. That's so important. And then in the second half, what do you say? You get nothing. Nothing. The second half, nothing else matters. Jesse Minter, masterclass defensive performance, man. 3 points allowed. They were broke. CJ Stroud wanted to go for that fourth down in that third quarter because he knew. He's like, bro, we gotta go. And
they probably should have went for that.
They should have went for it. I was like, I will go for it. It was 4th and 4. I will go for it. And Ryan Day was like, I had to flip the field and believe in our defense, and we had all the momentum. I think that's what really kind of gave up the game a little bit. But shout out to JJ, man. JJ has had an up and down year. He's been, ever since the Penn State game, has been more of a decline for his play. But that's not just on him. It's more of like other combinations of things, you know, receivers, play calling, whatnot. It's not just on him. But he did struggle a little bit, and just him coming to his own after he completed that pass against with CJ Cornelius Johnson to take the distance for the first time. We got that touchdown. You can see he just settled in. He settled in.
That's what he needed. He needed that bad.
Facts, and it was so important because they were committed on taking the run game away. We don't even have our Heisman. We don't have our Heisman running back. This is our 5-star. This is our 5-star backup. Because they were talking about Ohio State fans on Twitter talking about we got a 5-star third string come in 160 easily against Maryland. I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing none of that. We're gonna do what we're gonna do. We're gonna take that away, and We forced them. It was so funny. When in that fourth quarter when they're down by 15 before we ran it up on them, and we kept forcing them to throw underneath. I know CJ was getting aggravated. I knew he was going to get aggravated. I know he's trying to force him down the field.
Him and Ryan, they don't. Well, that's the offense, so that's what he's coached. They want big plays. So even if they run the ball, they want big plays in the run game. They're not patient. You know, Harbaugh's fine with getting -1, -2, 3 yards. He's fine with that because he's patient. So he knows we're just gonna keep leaning on you, then you're gonna break. But Ryan Day's not like that. If he runs it, he wants to get a 60-yard run. He wants big plays no matter what he does.
Facts. And like shout out to Mike Samuel, switched to defense, had a huge pass breakup in the end zone. Forced them to make for 3. That's their only points in the half. But forced them to kick 3 so they couldn't get any momentum. They were discouraged after that 3-point field goal. They were discouraged. They wanted a touchdown. You know, and like I said, it goes back to that mentality. They knew like the whole crowd was silent. They were full of anxiety at that point. They're like, what? They couldn't even get loud on defense.
Yeah, second half, the crowd was done. The crowd was done second half. Like, what's happening here?
Facts. Like, they're like, is this really happening? Like,
in the true? Not in the true.
Like, what? Like Jim Harbaugh? What? Like, it's just crazy. Like I said, so I'm over if you guys don't know, I'm in the Twitter space community. We have like a very big community on Twitter. We run a lot of spaces where we like in halftime and after the games. And like, we even like, I'm in a lot of spaces with Ohio State fans because we always go back and forth. It's a lot of just shit talking all together. But it's cool though. It's a really big community and everybody's pretty much cool for the most part. I do encourage you. Like, I think like you should hop over there too. It's really good out there.
Put the link on my last video and put it on a comment and post the link and post it in the chat for everybody.
Bet. I'll put the link out there because we have a whole, like I said, the whole Twitter community. There's a lot of stuff we're doing out there too. So listen, shout out. Thank you for letting me on stage, man. Shout out to defense. Jesse Mentor gets the game ball. JJ gets the game ball. You know what I mean? What a day. I already went to the liquor store. I already got my liquor. Now I'm finna go crazy now. And Clemson lost. It's a great day. It's a great day. Oh, one more thing. I know we don't want to focus on the future. We want to focus on now, but I think there is still a chance that they can still get in if USC loses. If USC loses, I still think they might be able to get in. And I think we should be number 1 in the country because we have the most dominant win in the country because that Georgia-Tennessee game, that's not nearly as impressive as what we did. We went to a hostile environment, the number 2 team in the nation, and we dominated them. Yeah. We dominated them. I think this is the best thing. But I mean, if they don't, we obviously know they love the SEC. It's whatever. They're going to put us at number 2. It's whatever. I'm just happy we got the win. On to the Big Ten championship. I don't even know if Purdue's going to win this game. I'm watching the game right now. Purdue might not come out this game. So we might end up playing Illinois again, but it's okay. It's okay. Listen, I'm just happy. I'm just trying to be happy right now. Thank you for letting me up, and go Blue, man.
Yes, sir. Go Blue. What's up, bro?
Johnny, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. Feeling
hey.
Good. Feeling great.
Hey, I'll try to keep it crisp and clean, man. Hey, yo, last spring, when JJ made the comment, all we know is beating Ohio State, I was like, dude, shut up. Don't say that. But yo, he came out today. Yo, he hit the deep ball he hit that throw to Cornelius. Cornelius turned it upfield. He broke the tackle. That was lovely. And then he dropped the ball right in his hands. I was like, that was lovely. And then he dropped the ball right into Colston Loveland's hands. I was like, okay, we got something here. And then I was waiting for them to throw the knockout blow. I was like, just because there's a point at which you got to put a team away. And those 2 Donovan Edwards runs at the end, I don't know if Ohio State, if they just gave up, but at that point, I'm thinking just wind the clock down, kill the clock. They gave up 2 big runs. So, yo, it was great. It was great.
Because they had a chance, but they just couldn't stop them. Yeah,
I agree with what the gentleman before me just said. I think that at some point their will just got broken. And I was waiting for them. I was surprised early in the second half, I thought they called like 2 or 3 straight run plays, and I was like, that's not what Ohio State does. They need to drop C.J. Stroud back, throw it back to Marvin Harrison, try to make us stop that. But I think they just got shook or something. And then that Mike Sainristil play, that was huge when he broke up that touchdown pass.
That was huge. I forgot about that when I made my video.
Yeah, so I thought that they were going to put 7 points up there for sure, but that was a great play that I think helped break them, and then I just don't think they ever recovered from that.
Yeah, they're not used to being in the Big Ten, at least. You know, when you get to the playoff, you know everybody's got the talent to fight back. They're not used to being in dog fights in the Big Ten, even against us. So last year it was like, Michigan, our defense is just bad. We got a new coordinator. We're back. Yeah, we're going to blow them out. Wait a minute. These boys fighting. We're hitting y'all. Why aren't y'all falling? Like, what's happening? You're supposed to give up. So they're not used to it.
Okay. And a lot of folks were panicking or mocking us when Mike McDonald went back to the NFL and Jesse Minter came in. A lot of folks were like, you guys suck. Your defense is going to suck. You guys aren't going to do anything. But hey, Minter, he's a gamer. You know, he concocted something, and I was waiting for Ohio State to make big plays, and those just never came. So salute to him and the defense, and JJ for stepping into the moment. He didn't give up last week against Illinois, you know, and he stepped into the moment tonight. So salute, go blue. I'm going to get out of the way so someone else can come up. But salute to you, Johnny, and all your content, and I'll talk to you next time.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, bro.
Go blue.
Yes, sir. Go blue. Yeah, so that's the thing about the game is, and that's the great thing about sports in general. You always have the chance. If there's another game, you got the chance to be great. You got the chance to be great. Oh, the passing game is bad and we can't do this. Okay, we undefeated and it's 0-0. JJ, the receivers, got the chance to be great. Cornelius, if you never watched Michigan, you'd be like, who is that? Who is that dog? Man, he might be the best receiver in the country. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the chance to be great. That's the good thing about sports. So we survived all those games. We went 11-0 with a mediocre or subpar passing game. And that first half, if you just watch that first half, never seen Michigan before, you would think JJ was the 5-star. You think CJ was a monster receiver. You think that we were a pass team. You know what I'm saying? But that's the great thing. You have the chance. So it's all good right now. You know what I'm saying? Take care of this Big Ten championship, whoever it is, and then we got the chance to get healthy and hopefully go into the playoff with a full squad. Hopefully Blake can come back and be ready to go. Oh, Jesse Minter, and I tried to tell when Gaddis was leaving, which I thought I was wavering on the Gaddis these last few games. Like, man, this past game, these guys don't seem to know what they're doing, but they did big time today. Shout out to them. But Jesse Minter, I try to tell him, like, bro, he comes from the Ravens coaching tree where the players are going to be in the second year of the same system. And a lot of those players played. Like, the defense wasn't really a worry for me, because if he's coming from the same coaching tree, he's going to do something similar. Now, what I didn't know was his adjustments were going to be, like, unbelievable. Like, what he took from the foundation McDonald's made and what he's added to it, this dude is something serious. He's something serious to see what a team wants to do, and then in the second half, just shut them down. Like, if it's a water faucet, he shuts them down to where if they get some, they might get a little trickle. You know, when the faucet is, it's broke, so you still get that little drip. That's what you get. You get nothing. You cut your water off. So all you get is that little drip. You know when you're thirsty and it's dripping, so you put your mouth under the faucet, try to get that little drip. That's all you get. You get them 3 drips. That's all you gonna get, dog. But yeah, this one was amazing. I'm about to get off of here in a second. I'll read a few more of these comments, but I'm just exhausted. I made that video and got on here. I'm tired now. I'm tired now. As I was in here when Donovan broke that big run, I was in here yelling like nonstop, like, yes, you get nothing. Yes, take it. Because we got a whole year of trash talk. Ooh, last year was good with the trash talk, but they had OSU fans, they still had too much hope. And after this year, now it's not, oh, it was a fluke. Oh, it was the weather. Oh, we're in the shoe this year. Y'all can't beat us in the shoe. You haven't won in the shoe in 20 years. The shoe. I'm so tired of hearing about a shoe. Like, get out of here. So, exactly. Now what? Exactly. Big comment right there. He got better coaches. When you loyal to bad coaches, you can't win. Exactly. Coaching is a job. It's not a friendship like, oh, that's my friend. Because you know what? When you leave bad coaches in place, you know who gets the brunt of it and has to deal with it. It's the players. So you owe it to the players to get rid of that coach because these kids, these young men, their hopes and dreams are on the line, and you're doing them a disservice by keeping a bad coach in there that's putting them in bad positions, or he's not coaching them up in practice so they can execute on game day. So you're not hurting the fans. I mean, you hurting us because we want to be great, but you hurting those young men. That's who you hurting by keeping bad coaches. That's who you hurting the most. The boys that's putting their life on the line. Because anything can happen on the field. Malachi, great comment. Harbaugh's loyalty is what kept us back because those teams were good enough to at least be close to Ohio State. But Don Brown's scheme was just so garbage that it didn't give you a chance. They scored 14 points in each quarter against him in 2018 and 2019. They scored at least 14 in each quarter. That don't give you a chance to do nothing. That don't give your offense a chance. But yeah, this was a lot of dudes coming out party. This was JJ's coming out party that first half. This was Donovan Edwards coming out party in the big stage. You know what I'm saying? Jesse Minter's coming out party on the big stage. And not only that, this is my last thing, and I'm gonna go and finish it up. We really did them. If you think about it, we really did them like we did Penn State. We did them about the same way, except it was in a different style. First half, we killed them with the pass. Then second half, you get nothing. Got 3 more points, I believe. And then we run it down your throat. Donovan Edwards on his horse. Giddy up. Giddy up, Big Seven. Giddy up. So we really did them just almost like we did Penn State, just in a different way. He said they saved plays for the run plays we never ran all year. But yeah, that's all I got for this one, y'all. I appreciate the comments, the They took my super chats away, so I can't say that. But I appreciate y'all joining in. I appreciate y'all joining in on here. But yeah, this was amazing. It was amazing to watch it. Oh my God, did it feel so good that we don't have to hear this trash talk for another year, and that's another monkey off their back. Couldn't win in the shoe. You can't win in the shoe. Now that's gone. Now that's gone. Minister Sports, he usually go live. I was looking for his live. He ain't go live. He probably somewhere crying. Him and Chris somewhere crying, holding each other tight. Holding each other tight. they somewhere holding each other tight. Like, how did this happen? And the rest of their fan base, they on suicide watch. Y'all, we got to be humans first. Watch out for your OSU fans that you know, because they might be on suicide watch. You dig? So that's what it is, y'all. So like I was saying, got the win in the shoe, beat Penn State, Michigan State, and it's on to the Big Ten championship. Win the Big Ten. That's another goal. Knocking them goals out. All them goals they have for the season, they still right there. They quiet, y'all. Hear me? They on suicide watch. Watch out for your OSU fans, y'all. Just be aware of them. They might try something crazy with you, and they might try to take themselves out. They not used to this, so they don't know what to do. See, somebody might need to find Minister Sports and make sure that they okay. Ain't no telling what Chris might have did too. So Zach and Chris, we got to make sure they okay. Ain't no telling what's happening with them. They confused right now. They're bewildered. They're confused and bewildered. They're flustered. So I appreciate y'all. I'm about to get out of here. As always, like, share, subscribe, and go blue.